Up next, the Marvel Legends Walmart exclusive Compound Hulk. Let's talk about it.
MBB on the track.
What up, party people in the place? I am the Ruckus, and these are my toys. On deck, we have the Marvel Legends Walmart exclusive Compound Hulk. Now, there was a lot of stir about this when it was first revealed. Hasbro basically blessed MCU Collector 24. Shout out to him. Go check out his channel. With a prototype of this figure, and so we got both a reveal, and we got a straight up first look, courtesy of Hasbro and MCU Collector 24. The stir was because people were asking, do we actually need this? You know, where is this from? Actually, it's he is a as they say, a one-off. Compound Hulk only had one appearance and hasn't been seen since. How Compound Hulk came to be was in issue 30 of Hulk. It was volume 2 of Hulk. This Hulk book was the Red Hulk's book, and the events that led up to the creation of the Compound Hulk happened there. Once again, it was issue 30, and basically what happened was a being known as the Impossible Man. Some of you may know him as a friend or foe, or basically truly what he is a nuisance to the Fantastic Four. And he came looking for the Hulk, and he found the Red Hulk, and he was the Impossible Man. If you don't know, he has complete control over his molecular structure, so he can change into anything, including look like other beings. So he was walking around looking like the Green Hulk when he ran into Red Hulk, and Red Hulk was about to charge the Impossible Man until he turned back and let him know that he wasn't the Hulk at all, but that he was trying to draw the Hulk out, and which he did. He drew out the Red Hulk. Red Hulk, aka Thunderbolt Ross, General Thunderbolt Ross, told him that he's not the Hulk, that he's the Red Hulk, and the Impossible Man said, "Doesn't matter to me. I'm just looking for a Hulk." And shortly after that, the reason why the Impossible Man was looking for the any Hulk was because on another planet, they were talking about how the Hulk beat Zemnu the Titan, aka the original Hulk, and took the name, and that didn't sit well with Zemnu, so he was coming to Earth to find the Hulk to reclaim his name, his title, as it were. And so he comes, and he ends up fighting with the Red Hulk, and Zemnu has the ability to control minds, so he actually was making the Red Hulk beat himself up. And this was going kind of like that way until the original Green Hulk landed in and started to join the fight. At that point, Zemnu called down an alien horde, and both Hulks started fighting the horde, and they were beginning to become overwhelmed. That's when the Impossible Man stepped in, and he used his powers to combine the two Hulks into one being, aka the Compound Hulk. And that's how the Compound Hulk came into being. So, and then after that adventure was over with, we've never seen the Compound Hulk ever again, as both the Red Hulk and the original Green Hulk were split back apart at the conclusion of that particular adventure. So that's that little story about how the Compound Hulk came into be. Let's check out his the packaging. As you can see, it says Red Hulk, or it says Hulk, and it's in red because this is based off of the storyline in the Red Hulk's book. And more times than not, the logo on that comic, the Hulk logo, was in red like it is here. You got Marvel Hulk, Compound Hulk, Legend series at the top there. On the side, you get artwork showing the Compound Hulk along with the Hulk logo fist. You get the same thing on the other side. You get the varnished fist at the top, nothing on the bottom except legalese. The back, you have illustrations, 3 of them. You've got the original Green Hulk on our left, the Red Hulk on our right, and below them, the combined Hulk, the Compound Hulk, as it were. If you notice in the Green Hulk's pic, you see another green creature. That's the Impossible Man, the one that's directly responsible for the creation of the Compound Hulk. Turning the packaging back to the front so we can get one last look at that packaging. You can see that you've got the clear crab shell in there displaying the figure, and he comes with an additional set of hands, one red, one green, and yeah, that's what you get. And time to get the Compound Hulk unleashed. So here we have the Compound Hulk unleashed out of his packaging, standing there in his green and red glory. As you can see, this is the Hulk buck that was introduced back in 2019. It was introduced at San Diego Comic-Con 2019, 80th anniversary retro card version of the Hulk. It was, if I'm not mistaken, that was the very first retro series figure we got in that iteration on the old school card with the shells. And then we got Hulk in the Wolverine vs. Hulk 2-pack. And after that, we got the Target exclusive Red Hulk. Then, after that, we got the Maestro. And I tell you, they're going to get their money's worth out of this buck, Hasbro is. And not mad. It's definitely the definitive Hulk. It was Hasbro waited until they could do it right because they were going up against the old Toy Biz face-off Hulk, which up to now had been the best Hulk out there. It was based off of the old school artist from Marvel, Sal Buscema, and it stood the test of time until this buck came about. And like I said, Hasbro's going to get their money's worth out of it. You've got the 2 different side paint apps. The head is based on the Red Hulk, the Target exclusive Red Hulk. They use that probably because it is technically the whole story happened in his book, so it's understandable that that head sculpt would be used. But that's also a reuse as well. They didn't even have to come up with a different head sculpt for the Compound Hulk. You see that on the green side he's got the purple pants, on the red side he's got the black pants, and yeah, so let's get a closer look at the Compound Hulk. So here we have the Compound Hulk up close and personal. You get to see how this head sculpt looks. As stated, it is the head sculpt from the Target exclusive Red Hulk figure, just painted half green, and done pretty well. My line work is nice. It's there's nothing jagged, so that's pretty cool. The teeth look all right. Everything is cool. Hair is fine, and you see that there's no wash to speak of. There usually isn't. What can we say? Still looks pretty good. You've got the purple trousers on the Hulk's right side or left, and the black trousers on the Hulk's left side or right. And yeah, everything is basically the same as it always were. Same thing goes for the rear. You got all that muscle detail looking pretty good there. But other than that, this is, what you see is what you always get with this particular buck. As far as the articulation goes, Compound Hulk could look down that far, which is pretty good. He needs to be able to look down on people because he's usually bigger than everybody. Can't really look up because of all the muscle mass blocking his neck, his head from looking up. He can move around. He can do a 360, but it's crazy. But he can move around. He does have attitude, which is great that he has that. He can get his arms almost 90, about 80, 75 degrees right there. He does get 360 on the shoulders. He has a reverse butterfly joint. Turn him around so you can see that. Just reverse. It'd be nice if it cut to the front, but this is what we got, and it's still good. It's great. It's good for some good winding down or winding up poses. Bicep rotates, and he has single jointed elbow, which rotates at the elbow. He has a wrist hinge and swivel. He has a diaphragm crunch that can go that far forward. Do that again so you can see it that far back, and you could get some very slight side to side, left to right, and leaning very slightly, just a little bit. He has waist swivel, but it breaks up the sculpt kind of ugly, but that's because that's the way how the Hulk is shaped. He can do the splits that wide, which is excellent for a big guy. He can move his leg forward that much, back that much. He's got thigh cut, double jointed knee, and he can point his foot that much, point it up that much, and he has ankle pivot, and he has peg holes at the bottom of his feet. Hulk comes with an additional set of hands. These are the open grabby hands. Of course, one is red and one is green. And here's the Compound Hulk next to the guy that made up one half of him. You got General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, aka the Red Hulk. And then you have the guy that made up his other half, the original himself, the Incredible Hulk. And here we have the guy indirectly responsible for the creation of the Compound Hulk, Xemnu the Titan, the original Hulk. And for anybody that's been living under a rock or in a cave these past a couple years and don't really know the true size of these Hulk action figures, here he is next to another big figure, just not as the Thing, whom I've recently reviewed, courtesy of the Fantastic Four Vintage Wave. So, to sum it all up, we have the Compound Hulk. As I stated earlier, caused quite the stir amongst fans and collectors because it was like, who is this guy? A one-off character. Only appeared one time, has appeared since. That's because he was exactly what his name claimed him to be, a compound, an amalgam of the original Green Hulk and the Red Hulk, combined courtesy of the Impossible Man in order to fight Xemnu the Titan. As far as the figure goes, I love it. I'm a Hulk fan, so I'm biased. Also, I'm a completionist, so I was getting this regardless. For a lot of you, this might be an easy pass. Understandable. It's another excuse to use the Hulk buck, which we all fell in love with back in 2019, and you could best believe Hasbro's going to get their mileage out of it. There are probably a few other iterations of the Hulk they'll be able to squeeze out of this buck. There are some that they're going to have to retool. Like, for instance, if we were to get a Gladiator Hulk, the whole lower half is going to have to be redone, as well as some deco up top. But definitely the lower half. If they wanted to use the buck to do Scar, his son, same deal. They'll be able to do both Gladiator Hulk and Scar once they do one or the other, because they could just use that bottom half for the other character if they so chose. Yeah, there are plenty of there's still plenty of excuses to use this buck. As far as the Compound Hulk, the reds on this Hulk were they were lighter than the original one, and a little bit more vibrant, and or I should say they were darker and a little more vibrant, and the green side was lighter than the original, and yeah, well, it was lighter. The pants, the purple pants, were a lighter shade of purple than on the original, or the Hulk versus Wolverine version. And the black pants on the Red Hulk side are truly black, where they were kind of charcoal gray on the Red Hulk. Other than that, once again, same buck, same body, same Red Hulk head. So that's what you have. It's the same old, same old. And on that note, we're going to call it a day on this review. Thank you guys for rocking with me. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and smash that bell so you can be notified when I upload another video. Until the next time, my peeps, remember, the hunt continues. And I'm out. Peace.